Hey guys, it's Sutonia here, and today I'm going to be talking about the Griffin Navy issue, which is a Navy E-War frigate for the Caldari. If you have any kind of honor, you should probably stop watching the video now, but if you don't have any man balls, this video is for you. So I'm running 2 light neutron blasters in the high slots for as much DPS as possible. I've got a compact Microwarpdrive, gotta go fast, Republic Fleet medium shield extender, 2 Tech 2 ECM, racial ECMs, Tech 2 Warp Scrambler, and 2 Tech 2 Mag Stabs to do as much DPS as possible. Also running a Acolyte II in the drone slot, and a ECM range rig, ECM strength rig, and a power grid rig to make it all fit. In the cargo hold, you'll want to take 2 of each other racial type, along with ideally a mobile depot or 2, so that you can refit to different types. That way you always can fit the right ECM for where you're going into. Most of the time you're going to go into people, because not a lot of people want to go into a Griffin Navy issue. In fact, not a lot of people want to fight a Griffin Navy issue at all. This is kind of like the Sentinel of novice plexes. It's very hard to get a consensual fight in this ship. The Griffin Navy issue bonuses are 100% bonus damage to turrets. So with these 2 turrets here, you actually do more DPS than the Merlin. 20% bonus to ECM strength per level, so at level 5, double strength ECM jammers. And then the quirk of this ship is that the range is reduced by 85% on the fall off and the optimal of the ECM jammers. And you also get a bonus to the activation cost and CPU requirements, so that way it all fits well, and it's also 100% cap stable, even running MWD double ECM, Scram, and the blasters, so you don't have to worry about cap on this ship. You can run a medium Ancillary shield booster if you want instead of this medium shield extender. Because of the HP penalty from these 2 rigs, you actually get more HP if you run a medium Ancillary shield booster, but that leaves you with like next to no buffer. So you just keep that in mind. If you're going in on an RT Thrasher or a Beam Coercer or something, it's very possible you might just get like 2 shot by them before you can react in time. So I'd recommend you go with the medium shield extender instead. Also, I mean, the other benefit of running medium Ancillary is you get the extra rig, so you don't need the power grid rig. You can run like another range rig, but I think the medium shield extender is fine, just because you don't want to have to micromanage the medium Ancillary shield booster at the same time. The ECM on this ship, they only have a just underneath 8 kilometer optimal, 7,776 with max kills range, and just 15 kilometers fall off or so. The ECM is really powerful though, especially since you're going to be fighting other frigates mostly. With heat on these things, you get 11.7 strength, and that's a guaranteed permajam on like most of the Tech 1 frigates in the game. You're very likely, like 90% plus chance of getting a jam on pirate frigates, destroyers, or Tech 1 destroyers at least. Most of the Navy E-War frigates, most of the Navy faction frigates, it's like 90% plus with heat. In fact, for example, a Republic Fleet fighter only has 12 strength. This has 11.7. It's getting jammed, like I think it's like jammed like 98% of the time with just the one, and if you put the second one on, it's like 99% of the time. That's probably why the Republic Fleet fighter has that horrible matchup against the Griffin Navy on the spreadsheet. So bear this in mind. This ship can keep, like for example, both heated ECMs on a Daredevil is a 95% chance to jam. So there's only like a 5% chance that you lose that fight, which is pretty insane if you think about it. This ship is great for fighting up ship because of that reason. Just because, like, if you can get a jam on, a Catalyst or a Daredevil or something like that, you can win a fight up ship. Normally a Navy frigate wouldn't really have a chance against like a decent fit destroyer or pirate frigate, and this does. Just bear in mind that, again, a lot of people are going to run away from you. Like I mentioned, this is the Sentinel of novice plexes. You want to run the Microwarpdrive instead of an afterburner, just because you don't have a web and the Griffin Navy is quite slow. You might think, oh, I'm a Scram range, why I should probably run AB Scram, right? But with the jam, since you jam off their Scram, you can run the Microwarpdrive really reliably, and you're 100% cap stable anyway, and you're quite slow. So for example, if you're finding like another comic, if you're finding a comic, for example, with AB, like if you have AB Scram, he has just AB, like you jam him, but he's still moving faster than you with AB, so he has a good chance to escape, or even worse, you might be able to like get to like 11k, turn around and fight you when your jam drops off and kill you. So you want to definitely run a Microwarpdrive. It's also quite nice because it allows you to slingshot and catch kiting ships. So in this first fight, I'm warping in on a Federation Navy Comet. I've got both of my Galanti jammers loaded and I'm ready. I need to be careful against the Rail Comet because, as you might have seen in my Rail Comet video, I was able to kill a Griffin Navy issue, although that guy had multi-spectrals instead of racials. There is potentially a window where he can kite me out, like around 11 kilometers, where he might be able to scram me and I might fail my jammers. So I want to make sure that I get a heated MWD cycle on top of him as fast as possible before he can really react here and scram me. He's pretty late with the scram. He doesn't actually even get a scram off on me, so I'm able to just instantly get on top of him, hit the jammer. It's very important that you do not, you're not too preemptive with the jammers. Do not activate them unless you're closer than 8k. It's very easy to waste the jammer if you just use it like too quickly, where you're not in range and you blow the cooldown. It's a 20-second cooldown or 20-second cycle time on the ECM module. So if you waste the cooldown, then potentially you could lose this fight. Another thing that you might want to do here is adjust the speed of your ship to match the other ship. So this guy is heating his AB away from me right now. I'm keeping the other ECM unactive, but with the heat ready to go in case my jammer fails on him. But you can see here that I am occasionally missing him and not doing DPS because he's pulling away from me. So what I start doing is I start like trying to like manually set my ship to be the same speed as his. So that way I just stay up, keeping up to him and keep doing like consistent damage, or him going under my guns or pulling away too fast to stop taking damage. It's just one thing you might want to keep in mind. And the medium shield extender, of course, also keeps me up fine against his 3 drones. That's why I run the medium shield extender, just to make sure that you can survive the residual damage of a few drones. So in this next fight, I'm going in on a Catalyst. Normally a Catalyst, especially at 0, would be a very difficult fight for most frigates. But thanks to the Griffin Navy issue having a very high percentage chance to jam, I'm able to burn up to this guy. He does actually have an MWD, but I'm able to just scram him, turn my ECM on, and there's nothing he can do. Flying a Griffin Navy issue feels really, really dirty, by the way. It's pretty hard to find fights in this ship for this reason. You can pretty much kill every destroyer and most pirate frigates 1v1, with the exception of the Worm, the exception of maybe some of the drone ships like the Dragoon or the Catalyst. Just be careful of Dragoon and Cruors, because if they do get a bit of time on you, if you fail like one jam or something, then they might be able to just nuke you off and then you're dead. But it's a pretty high chance to jam a Dragoon and Cruor anyways. So in the last fight here, I'm going in on a Slicer that's already set up in a Plex. I refit my Galanti ECM to Radar ECM. Obviously I really need to catch this guy. If he kites me at 20k, my ECM will be completely ineffective. So I tried to catch this guy pretty quickly. He's pretty slow at moving, but I don't quite get close enough. He also heats to begin with. I used one ECM here just to see if it would work, but he starts pulling away, so I just move away. And what I really need to do is slingshot him. He gets me pretty low here. So what I'm hoping to do is he's going to get really greedy and come in here. I am in armor, so I don't have much time left. What I really need to do is get this heated jam cycle on him as soon as he closes range, and that's what I do. And we get the double jam on him, and now he's completely screwed. The Griffin Navy issue, that was pretty close. I don't have a damage control, so I think he would have killed me in 2 more shots. But he got greedy there and decided to go in for the kill to stop me from running away, so I was able to catch him with the ECM, and pop goes the Weasel. So yeah, the Griffin Navy issue is a pretty fun ship to fly, I guess, if you like winning every single fight and being really dishonorable. Fuck ECM, and fuck you if you fly this. I'm kidding. I hope you enjoyed this video.